Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Nick and I welcome you to my first hand impressions video of the Nintendo Switch console that I got to check out a couple weeks ago, but I've been kind of had my hands full because we got a new puppy. I would like to introduce you to puppy Zoe. She is 9 weeks old. She's a little bit camera shy right now. She is full of feist. She's quite nippy because she's teething and she's a puppy. And she eats, sleeps, and poops a lot, just like her daddy. Alright, so now that we got the puppy out of the way, let's talk about the Nintendo Switch and my experience with it. So a couple weeks ago, I got to attend a Nintendo event that was actually held in downtown Toronto. What was cool is that they had a couple days for the press, and then a couple days after, the general public actually got a chance to come and play it as well, which is an awesome thing to do. Anytime that the general public can kind of get their hands on and get the first impressions of the console, I think it's just really good marketing. But anyways, so the very first game that I played when I got to the event was The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It was a 20-minute demo that I actually got to record. I'll talk about more about the game a little bit later. But it was the exact demo that I played at last year's E3. And I would have to say that even though it was the exact same demo, it actually ran significantly better than the Wii U version that I played last year. I don't know if this was because of more of a development time, how polished the game, or it got a boost of performance because of the hardware. Maybe a combination of both, but it definitely, although it didn't look significantly better, it just ran better in terms of its frames. The Wii U version of the game that I played last year, the frames are just, yeah. Alright, so I wanted to take the majority of this video to talk about the hardware itself and my impressions of it. So first off, the Nintendo Switch is a hybrid console. It's both your traditional console that you plug into your TV, play all the games that you want on via your couch, your computer chair, wherever you want to play. And it's supposed to be a portable device as well, so you can kind of take it wherever you want. You can have that home console feel but on the go, which is something that's been really hard to bridge the gap between the last year, the quality between mobile games and standard traditional games, and it actually does it fairly well. So in order for it to be a portable device, it has to have its own screen, which it does, and the screen looks great. It runs at 720p and it's just a tiny bit bigger than a screen of an iPhone 7 Plus, if I'm trying to give you a real life comparison that you guys can maybe relate to. So, which is a decent size. It's not too big, it's not too small, just perfect for mobile gaming. And yeah, just look great in general. So you have a couple of options of how you want to play with the Nintendo Switch portably. You can play just like a traditional handheld, kind of akin to what exactly a PlayStation Vita plays like when the controllers are attached. Or you can slide off the controllers and, like I said, stand up the screen by itself. But I found separately, the Joy-Cons felt awkward. It's probably mainly attributed to the fact that when attached, the joysticks are asymmetrically laid out, so one is higher than the other. So in your left hand, the joystick is really high, and then on your right hand, the joystick is really low. So it just feels a little bit awkward to do so. So what I would suggest is you just get the attachment that allows you to attach the two Joy-Cons together. Basically just make it feel like a more traditional controller. So yeah, the two Joy-Cons separately in two different hands, did not really like at all. The only thing that I think they would be useful for if you're playing a more motion-based games such as ARMS that don't require too much precision or accuracy, because it just doesn't feel right to do so. That's mainly my complaint of the Joy-Con controller. In terms of the design of the actual box of the console, it's actually not that big. It's like this big, which is a real plus, especially if you're one of those people out there who are running out of spots to place all your gaming paraphernalia, like myself. And if you like live in an apartment, because the people in Japan, mobile gaming is huge in Japan just because there's not enough space in small Japanese apartments for big honking consoles. So for the console to be this small is a real plus, and be able to take it anywhere you want is also a plus as well. My main concern though is battery life on the go. I know that you can hook up an external battery to it, but until I actually get real life experience of how that works and how much time extra I can get with the external battery, I'll leave my judgments until then. And just quickly touching on the Nintendo Pro Controller, which was the Pro version controller for the Nintendo Switch. I got a chance to play a couple games with it, and I would definitely say that it is by far the best way to play games on the Nintendo Switch if you're playing in your traditional console mode of on the couch or in front of a computer screen like I do myself. It's like I said, it's definitely the best feeling, the Pro Controller. It feels almost exactly like an Xbox One controller with the asymmetrical joystick design. And yeah, it just felt good. It felt really solid. It's just too bad that they're almost impossible to find and they're really expensive as well. It is the most expensive of all the controllers out there on the market today, and you can't even find them anymore because all the pre-orders are sold out and they're being sold for super ridiculously inflated prices because Nintendo, they can never make enough stuff. Alright, so quick Cole's notes of the hardware. So portable felt good. Being able to stand up the screen separately is awesome. Playing with two separate Joy-Con controllers in each hand felt a little bit awkward. That definitely felt better when you connected them together. Playing on the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller was definitely the most comfortable way to play with the controller. And the games looked as I expected them. Breath of the Wild didn't really get that much of a technical upgrade in terms of polygon count. The frame rate was definitely better than the Wii U version, but only time will tell of how the games will look in the future. Alright, so final opinions of Nintendo Switch or whether or not you guys should pick one up. So at $299, it's basically the cheapest console, will be the cheapest console on the market, and being able to go portable is an awesome option. But I think there are a couple of main concerns that I have with the console itself. The first and most important one are the games, because the Nintendo Wii U, basically, the game selection was almost basically a barren desert. And especially when you talk about third party. First party games, Nintendo can do. That's easy for them, Nintendo to do. But in order for a console to be generally successful in the long run, it needs third party support from companies such as EA, Ubisoft, Activision. If they do not get that support, then pretty much the console is gonna have the same fate as the Wii U, and there's really nothing they can do about it. My next major concern is online infrastructure, and Nintendo's online infrastructure is basically in the Stone Age when you compare it to its major competitors such as PlayStation Network or Xbox Live Gold. So multiplayer, virtual store, yeah. Have you guys noticed that there's like a virtual store for every single platform Nintendo has? There was a separate store for the Wii U, a separate store for the Wii, there was a separate store for the 3DS. Are you not tired of buying the exact same games like 5-6 times over? I think I've literally bought the original Mario like 5 times, and I really hope they up their game with their online infrastructure. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for my first impressions of the Nintendo Switch. I definitely will be bringing you guys a full retail unboxing of the console when it releases on March 3rd, and I definitely will 100% be doing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild walkthrough for you guys, because a lot of you guys out there know that The Legend of Zelda is my favorite franchise of all time, so I can't wait to get my hands on it and see the direction the series is going on the new console with the upgraded hardware. What's crazy, it's actually going to be the very first Zelda game in high definition, which is, it's 2017 Nintendo, get with the times. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, as always, drop the video a quick thumbs up, and I shall see you guys next time. Say bye to the camera, Zoe. Bye! Mwah.